Hi, in this video we're going to cover residential proxies. Now, what are residential proxies? Well, they serve as intermediary servers, just like normal proxy servers, using IP addresses from real residential devices. These addresses are really very important and are crucial to residential proxies as they're assigned by legitimate internet service providers. You can't get them anywhere else. Unlike data center proxies or VPN servers, residential proxies look like genuine users when accessing websites. This makes them much more valuable than VPNs and normal proxies. Let's just show you quickly. This is NordVPN. This is my go-to tool. It's a VPN or a proxy provider, if you like. The main difference between VPNs and proxies is VPNs channel all your data down a single encrypted tunnel, whereas proxies generally just tunnel your traffic from a web page or a browser or something like that. It's much more finite and you can configure it exactly. But these are interchangeable terms. But as you can see, my NordVPN subscription, which I use all the time, has servers all over the world. I think about 5,400 servers all over the world. So I can get effectively 5,400 IP addresses as well. Problem is, this works great for some things. I use it generally for accessing the BBC iPlayer and media sites. They are data center IP addresses, so they don't look like normal users and potentially can be blocked. This is where residential proxies come in. They're actually registered as real ordinary users who are connecting through an ISP. Now, the providers do this in different ways, which I won't go through in this video, but it's important to remember that a standard VPN has a data center IP address, and residential proxies and residential VPNs as well have these residentially registered IP address. So how do residential proxies work? Basically the same as a normal proxy work. You send a user request, so you'll have your proxy configured maybe through an extension or something in Chrome. You send a web, or lots of providers use little dashboards that you can configure them through. Your web request goes through the proxy. It gets routed through a residential IP address. So instead of going through a standard data center IP address, you'll get a residential. The website will think, they'll see where you're coming from. So it could be like a French residential IP address, but it'll see it's a residential users. And you've got the utmost trust there. VPNs get flagged all the time. They work for a lot of things, but they don't work for others. For example, e-commerce sites will often block people using VPNs. And then protected return, all the data comes directly through the proxy to you at the application level. What are they used for? Well, to examine, I mean, people use a VPN to hide their data and their location, and it works brilliantly for that. But a VPN IP address is normally flagged quite easily. Things like web scraping. Now, people use websites and browser tools to get lots of data from other sites. So, e-commerce, grabbing prices from Amazon to put on your website, or real-time prices from airlines, hotels, stuff like that. You must have a residential IP address for that, because using a VPN doesn't work. You'll get blocked, and you need a lot of residential IP addresses as well. So this is what these proxy providers do. Ticket scalping, if you've ever seen people reselling tickets for popular concerts, you can buy them for $50 and sell them for $150. You won't be able to buy loads. You need a different IP address for each ticket you buy, basically. And they need to be residential IP addresses. VPNs will be blocked at the e-commerce level, so you won't be able to buy them. That's what people use. Sneaker copying, bits outside my knowledge zone, really, but people buy sneakers. They're limited edition things are released, and there might be a couple of hundred. If you can buy 10 of them at a certain price, you can. Sometimes they resell for ridiculous multiples. But you need multiple IP addresses to do this, so you can't buy it off the same IP address. So you'd have a chance of 1 on your home IP address. You'll have the chance of none from a VPN address because they get blocked automatically. And social media management. People are often managing multiple social media accounts. If you do that through the same IP address, you can get blocked. If you use it through a VPN, you can get blocked. The safest way to use it is residential IP addresses from a residential proxy. So, key takeaways. Hopefully this hasn't been too confusing, but the basic thing to remember is residential proxies, residential VPNs, and normal proxies. The main difference is how the IP address is registered. It's either a residential one, so a home user, and that's ultimate trust. So it's the premium solution. It'll bypass all blocks and all detection as long as it's not blacklisted. So if something is important, use a residential IP address, either in a residential proxy or a VPN. Geographic target, again, we use VPNs for this, but if you want to access location-specific content with authentic IP addresses, you need residential IP addresses. It gives you another level of anonymity. You can really filter into the background with a residential IP address. VPN is kind of like waving a little flag that you are hiding your location and your identity. A residential IP address will hide your identity, but also hide the fact that you're hiding it, if you see what I mean. It's pretty much an essential tool for anybody who does anything seriously online. Marketers, researchers, e-commerce, scalpers, people buying sneakers, stuff like that. Residential keeps you super hidden. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to put a link to a little bit more information below. Welcome comments. And there's a couple of my favorite residential proxy providers below. The standard one, which works well for things like Instagram and social media and copying sneakers and tickets, and a sort of a high-level one called Bright Data, which you'll see below. Okay, thanks for watching my video, and hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.